Good morning, Carew. It is the 22nd of October, and I realized that I didn't make a video about the 20th of October. This video will cover both the 20th and the 21st of October because, frankly, I was just didn't feel like making a video. So, Saturday's video was of us going to Dole with Ellen. And then this huge storm blew in on Sunday. And then the wind was incredible, just blowing like crazy. And so Sunday we had breakfast with friends. And actually it ended up being kind of nice. We went for a couple walks. It was super windy, but it ended up it rained on us in the morning, but then we went for a walk with our friends around noon, and it was nice. And we didn't end up getting back to the house until 3 o'clock because we went and did a big shopping run, reprovisioning at the Tesco in Bangor, which is the giant Tesco, like a kind of Costco type thing. And so... And we also spent extra time with our friends. Normally we go have brunch with them in a restaurant, but in this case they invited us to their house. So it ended up being, after 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we finally got home. And honestly, and the wind gusts were like close to 70 miles an hour, I think. And it was rainy and it was just hideous out there. And at about 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the afternoon, we heard this horrendous crash. Sounded like it was coming from upstairs in the house. And I immediately, just out of instinct, went out front. And a 12-foot plank from the scaffolding was on the road on Church Street right in front of our house. And it was kind of the whole width of the road. And luckily, there was not a car parked across the street, which there is 99% of the time. And if a car had been there, it would have severely damaged the car. Our car was just a space down, so there was actually a big space there. And obviously, I moved it out of the road, but you'll see pictures of it here. Stress... the stress and frustration about not having that scaffolding taken down is just reaching new levels. And I was angry and frustrated, and which is why I didn't make a video, frankly, about that day. I didn't feel like I hadn't done anything to the house, and I was mad about the fact that scaffolding's still there, and scared about the possible problems we could still face. So that's why I didn't make a video on yesterday about the 20th. So, however, yesterday was a much better day. So we got up and we did our normal walk with the neighbors, which was nice. And like I mentioned, there was high water along the place we walked. You could see gravel and debris over the road where the storm surge has pushed up, which was kind of cool. But then I spent 5 hours yesterday scrubbing the tile floor, and I only did half of it. And the tile cleaner that I bought says you should apply it and let it soak for 15 minutes, at a minimum of 15 minutes, and then scrub. And so, knowing myself, rather than... I couldn't see applying it to the entire floor, so I applied it to small sections so that I could get in there and scrub without standing in it. And so what I would do is I would apply it, do a little scrubbing, and then let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Then I go back and scrub it for 10 to 15 minutes. Then I go back and let it sit for another 10 to 15 minutes. Then I go back and scrub it again. Then I clean up that spot. And then I go to the next spot. And I did that for 5 hours. And I was doing other stuff in between, obviously, because I had, it was about 50-50 scrubbing or letting it soak. But I think it made the floor look a lot better. You're seeing some pictures of that. And at least it made me feel like I'm doing something. I think we're going to have to hire someone to come in and restore the floor, because the more I look at it, there's cracked tiles, the grout's not great, and it's probably just worth it to pay someone to do it. And even after all that scrubbing, there are places where, towards the end, I did a little larger area with the scrubbing, and you can definitely tell I wasn't as systematic as scrubbing off the markings from the pads. So that's frustrating, but progress, and it does look so much nicer. So then we had our neighbor down the street, Chris, invited us to go to the yacht club with her at at 9 o'clock, and I can't remember the last time we left the house at 9 o'clock to go to an event. This is not something that we do. We're usually in bed between 9 and 10 o'clock. And as it was, we went down to the yacht club with Chris and her partner Joachim, who is of German descent but grew up in I think actually he's an immigrant. He grew up in the UK and he went to Bangor, and he has a PhD in musicology, and he was playing with the Gypsy Jazz group at the yacht club. And so I will have probably already started cutting in the footage of that, and you're hearing them play in the background. Maybe I'll cut around that and give you a chance to listen to them. But yeah, so we had a great time with Chris. We were there till about 10:30, and then we came home and went to bed. And it was a good day. It was a good day. So yeah, still frustrated. Have not heard back from the builder with response to the scaffolding, despite the fact we sent him a message telling him that the parts of it were falling in the street and there's huge liability issues. So we just need to figure out what to do next about that. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.